The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Okay, we are now live.
Are we live? No way.
Yep.
When did that happen?
I don't know. Long time ago.
Okay.
For the dinosaurs. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Absurd. I am here. Well, my name is Rod, of course, and I am here with my ultra amazing co-host, Mel.
Ultra amazing. Wow.
Say hi, Mel.
Oh, hi.
That's Mel.
It's Mel.
I want to point out that there is a major investigation going underway to determine whether or not that really is Mel in our podcast picture with the paper bag over her head. I'm of the mind that it is. She is adamant that it is not her.
Okay, so funny story about that, actually. I didn't tell you this.
Oh, God.
I was out last week for a work event, and there's one lady that we're both mutual friends with, that I work with, that listens to our podcast.
Who's that?
Maureen.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Anyway, so I was chatting with her, and she listens to our podcast.
Nice.
And, you know, everyone started talking about it at the table, and, you know, everyone's now talking about our podcast. Mm-hmm. And then she says, oh, yeah, and the lady that's wearing the bag on the head, it's not Melina. Wink, wink. Yeah. They're like, what? That's really you? I'm like, okay, okay, sure. Yeah.
I think we should foster this into a mystery. People don't know. Wow.
Oh, that'd be a great Halloween costume.
So, yeah, it's actually Canada Day.
It is Canada Day.
Happy birthday, Canada.
Yahoo.
Oh, Canada. That was amazing. Did you do much of anything this old Canada Day weekend?
I
just
did.
called it old Canada Day.
The old Canada Day weekend?
Yeah.
You know what?
No.
I didn't do a damn thing.
Nice.
I loved it. I felt exhausted.
Well, yeah, you were really wiped out. Was that Friday?
Friday.
Yeah,
it hit me at 2:00, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I can barely stay awake.
That's my everyday, dude.
Oh,
But you're better now? Like, you feel okay now?
Yeah, I feel okay now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but still, it produced absolutely no energy all weekend.
You weren't productive.
I was not productive. So,
yeah,
now there's this whole debate of, whether I wear this bag on my head. Did we end off there? I don't know. We didn't.
Well, no, I think the jury is very much still out. We'll have to wait for the investigation by the appropriate authorities to determine whether or not it is you. Like I said, am quite convinced that it is.
It is not me.
See. We'll see. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that you've walked around town with a paper bag over your head, would it? I have no idea what that means. I've never seen it.
We're just going to let that one slip on by.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't do too much exciting either. Well, that's not true.
No, you had an interesting day yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
Why don't you tell the fine folks how many wings you had this weekend?
No, I probably shouldn't.
No, you should.
Well, there was 4 pounds.
Yeah.
But not all at one time. Like, at 3 different sittings.
But in,
few days.
the same day?
No.
Oh.
2 pounds Saturday, 2 pounds yesterday.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But 4 different flavors.
Yeah.
And a bunch of beers, too. But it's Canada Day.
Oh, wow.
What are you going to do?
That's your excuse.
What?
I like
It's
it.
not an excuse. It's a reason.
Okay.
But no, it was good. And it was weird because last week I was moaning to someone about how I had nothing to do for Canada Day weekend. And then as it turned out, I'm like, I don't have enough of my own time this weekend. Careful what you wish for, kids.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah.
I like my own time. It was
Oh,
good.
me too. And
I played a lot of video games this weekend.
Did you?
Yeah.
What do you play, like Roblox or something?
No, that's my son. He plays Roblox.
My friends, her kids, really love it.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I really truly don't.
What do you play then?
It's a game called House Flipper.
Okay.
And you go into houses that are like disarray, and you clean them up, and you tidy up, and you put new things in there, and you flip these houses and then you do like side jobs, not like killing people.
Right.
But like
or prostitution.
Yeah, no.
Right.
That's a different game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
But yeah, someone's like, "Oh, hey, I need my bathroom fixed," and you go
Really?
and fix the bathroom. Yeah, it's I actually really enjoy it
That's
because
cool.
there's not much, thinking involved. You just kind of do things, and
Yeah.
I find it really relaxing.
Is that on your phone?
No, it's on Xbox.
Yeah, of course it is. Which I don't have.
Oh, well, lame.
I care. Well, I kind of do. Because, okay.
5:20 p.m. Hope your week is off to a great start.
How the hell did that happen? Did I say COMPUTER? I don't think I did.
I don't know if you did.
Anyway.
That's hilarious.
That's scary. I'm waiting for the day when ALEXA, like, just out of the blue, tells me to go myself. It's just had enough. You know what I mean? I'm deactivating. You're on your own. Screw you, basically.
Yes.
I'll be terrified, but I'll get it at the same time.
That was funny.
Yeah, when I was like, when it came out, I was madly addicted to Super Mario. Crazy addicted.
Yeah.
Like, so much so that I'd be dreaming about it at night.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's not...
I was like that when Sims first came out.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of like that was such a different concept when it came out.
Yeah.
I would be up, obviously before kids, I'd be up till 3-4 in the morning on the weekends just playing these stupid Sims games.
And did you ever ask yourself, like, do I have a problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I still actually play Sim City. Do you know that game?
Yeah.
Because it was like the first one of that whole crew, right?
Yeah.
And I played it when it was DOS based. Yeah, whatever, dudes. I'm old. Shut up. But now I play on my phone. It's called Sim City Build It.
Oh yeah.
I love it. It's the only. Like, I don't play a lot of games, but it's the only one that I dedicate any real time to. But I get it. I dig. Some people are really into it.
Yeah.
Games.
I like video games.
Yeah, I'm not against them.
We're all like, there's me and my son and my daughter and my husband. He plays too. So
And the dog.
I don't think she plays. Maybe she does it when we go to bed.
Right. That just... I got a terrifying yet awesome image from that. Right. With a big bowl of chips beside her.
Oh, Maddie. I should have brought her. I say that every time.
I know. Well, I said I want to meet this dog. Actually, you know what? I'm not even convinced it exists.
No.
Sorry. Hey, do you got any stories for us today?
Yeah, I guess we should do that, eh?
Well,
it's kind of why we're here.
And nobody cares about what we're talking about.
No?
Really. Probably. I don't know.
Really? I don't know. Maybe people should tell us. Do you want more of this?
No,
kind of
don't make
banter?
them do that. No way. Yeah, so you got a story?
Yeah, I got one.
Let's hear it.
There was a guy
Wow.
in Philadelphia
Okay.
that he got stung in the eye by a bee.
My God.
It did not go well.
Well, how
In
could
case you're wondering.
Wait, did he get hives? No, sorry, it's a terrible joke. Sorry, carry on.
In what may be the biological equivalent to getting struck by lightning, a very unlikely man in Philadelphia took a very rare bee sting directly to the eyeball.
Why was the bee sting rare?
No, I think a very rare bee sting directly to the eyeball.
I see.
That's the rare part.
Okay, sorry.
As one might expect, the 55-year-old went to the emergency department where doctors tried to extract the insect stinger from the man's right eye, but it soon became apparent that they didn't get it all. So, emergency department, I don't know if I guess you would go there, but I would think it would be more of an ophthalmologist thing to do than a...
But that's where you go. Like, if your retina detaches, for example, I had a friend that happened to just last year.
Ooh, damn.
That's where you go, man. You go to Emerge right away.
Oh, God.
And then if they're like, we need an ophthalmologist stat,
Yeah.
then they'd call one in.
Yes. So 2 days after the bee attack, the man went to the hospital because it was getting worse. And the pain was just piercing.
Oh,
as
God.
I would expect it to be. At that point, the vision in his right eye had deteriorated, only being able to count fingers. The eye was swollen, inflamed, and bloodshot. Blood was visibly pooling at the bottom of his iris. And right at the border between the man's cornea and the white of his eyes, the ophthalmologist spotted the problem. A teeny tiny spear-like fragment of the bee stinger was still in place. The ophthalmologist said, I'm not surprised that the ER missed the small fragment, because it is pretty small, but they did pull out the majority of the stinger, but the fragment was only able to be seen at times 10 or 16 magnification. So that's kind of how they missed it. So small, but it just messed him up completely. So after getting everything out, he was prescribed topical antibacterial eye drops. And at 5-month follow-up, the patient had recovered and his vision in his right eye had improved to 20/25.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, for those of you that are in fear of being stung in the eye,
Well, I wasn't until now.
the ocular bee stings are very rare. This was the first one that this ophthalmologist has seen in her whole career. So, although there are documented cases in the scientific literature, the incidence rate is unknown. The odds of getting struck by lightning, meanwhile, are 1 in 15,300.
That's all.
Yeah. This is according to the National Weather Service. So, yeah, very, very rare. So, this guy, just unfortunate events
Well, yeah.
have led up to being stung.
Wow. I don't know, though. Like, I think... I was going to say, I think I'd rather get stung in the eye by a bee than be struck by lightning. Yeah. Because a bee sting in the eye, like, there's no way it's not going to suck and suck hard.
Yeah.
It isn't going to kill you horribly.
No, but...
Struck by lightning, yeah, you kind of want it to kill you.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't, you're going to be messed up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But saying that,
Yeah, I don't know.
that's...
See, I've also never been stung,
Yeah, I know. That's bullshit.
right? So...
When's your birthday again? January, right?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I'm just wondering. I just had an idea of what to get you for your birthday.
Just a box full of bees.
No. Don't be silly. I'd get a specific bee trained to sting you. Not in the eye, though. Like, I wouldn't do
well,
that.
I
Just
appreciate that.
on the arm or, somewhere.
I had an uncle who was stung in the mouth.
Well, that's what I was going to say. This is what terrifies me is, like, and I know somebody this happened to. It might have even been, like, the same thing that happened to your uncle. It was in his, like, can of pop.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
And he drank it and it
yes.
stung him in the mouth.
Oh, God.
Like,
that just freaks me right out.
Nope. And what's really terrifying about that, of course, is if it got into your throat and stung,
Yeah.
even if you didn't have anaphylaxia, it could swell up enough that it could inhibit your breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But do you remember, you ever seen those tops you can put on pops of, or
Yes.
cans of pop?
Yeah.
That have the little grate
Yeah.
that flips up so a bee can't fly into your
Yes.
pop? Yeah.
Well, if I'm ever I sit out on my porch a lot, like
Yeah.
the old lady that I am, and if I have a can of beer or whatever,
Yeah.
I will put my phone on the top of it if I have to get up, or even if I'm just sitting there, because it could very easily just happen and you don't see it.
Well, and you know what I don't get, especially if it's like diet pop. How does the bee go, ooh, that smells sweet?
I guess it's syrup.
But it's not
still,
even
though.
sugar. You
No,
dumb,
I know.
stupid bee.
Didn't Doug Ford swallow a bee like a
Yeah.
couple years
It
ago?
was hilarious.
He's like, holy Christ, I just swallowed
Over
a bee.
and over again. I don't want to
And
tell
he
you.
was so calm about it. It's just,
Well, he sort of.
holy Christ, I just swallowed a bee.
And he said that like 4 times. I'm like, dude, most of your like followers are evangelicals. You might want to stop with the
Oh
cursing.
my God, I was dying. I watched that clip so many times.
Whenever I'm feeling bad, I watch it and it cheers
He's
me
like,
up. Yeah, so that guy's vision came back. He got his vision back.
Yes, yeah, he got his vision back.
Wow,
so
that's lucky.
It is very lucky.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
No.
I mean, so I guess you have no idea if you're allergic to bee stings, eh?
Yeah, no idea.
Dude.
No idea.
Huh.
I have a friend who's allergic to bee stings.
Well, that's not uncommon.
No.
Does he or she carry an epi?
Sometimes.
It's
They're
probably-
expensive though. That's the other part. I know it's life-saving, but They also expire too, so you spend like I think it's $200 a pop or something like that,
Really?
and they're only good for so long.
Because I know Kara's daughter, who's amazing. Her name is Quinn.
Yeah.
She is allergic to tree nuts and legumes now.
Really?
So she can't eat, like, even chickpeas, which she loves.
Jeez.
I know. But she has to carry an epi.
Yeah.
So I know we took her to Dairy Queen a couple years ago, and her mom, asked them the questions, like, there's obviously no nuts in an ice cream cone.
Mm-hmm.
But is there any cross-contamination? Did it come into contact with anything? Because
they can get toppings, right?
Totally.
Nuts for toppings.
Yeah. And they were quite adamant that no. There's no cross-contamination with nuts. So Quinn was sitting there enjoying this ice cream cone, and I'm like looking at her, I'm like, hey, Quinn, I'm like, because she's never had one, a Dairy Queen ice cream cone. And I'm like, Quinn, how is it? She's like, it's so good.
Oh, that's sweet.
It is sweet. I wish I had Dairy Queen right now. I wish I had a Blizzard.
I know,
Damn
right?
it.
Wouldn't that be great?
So, yeah, I've got a story here.
Okay.
And the sound effect you're about to hear means trigger warning. But both Mel and I hate that term.
It's true.
Like, I don't hate the concept. Like, granted, there are some things for some people they just don't want to hear.
Right.
Yep. Due to personal experience, or maybe they just don't like it. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yep.
We don't want to make you listen to anything. No. So when you hear the following sound effect, that's an indication to you, a warning, if you will, that the next story could be triggering. Okay, so there's your warning. And your explanation, which you're only going to get once, although I might do it again later.
Yeah, you probably will.
I probably will. Okay, so this story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read the title.
Okay.
Cannibal served human flesh and called it little boy pies to friends at a barbecue.
Oh, no.
I'm afraid so.
Oh, no.
A convicted child killer was accused of chopping up the body of one of his young victims and serving it to neighbors as French fried boy and cocktail weenies.
Oh,
I don't think you need a lot of imagination on the last one. Nathaniel Bar Jonah hosted regular cookouts at his home in Massachusetts, feeding his guests burgers, meat pies, and casseroles. I hate casseroles. Whenever someone asked about the peculiar taste of a particular dish, he brushed off their concerns by claiming the deer meat was to blame. But what they didn't know was that their host had a history of sadistic crimes and a twisted obsession with the taste of human flesh. Born in 1957 in Worcester, Massachusetts, Nathaniel Benjamin Levi Bar Jonah, God, that's quite a name, was described as having exhibited an extreme, insatiable appetite from a young age. At age 7, he is said to have started ripping scabs off until they bled, then sucking the blood from newly reopened cuts.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Having required psychiatric help for disturbing behavior in his teens,
Really?
Bar Jonah's activities took an even more worrying turn in the 1970s when he started luring children away and raping them.
Ugh.
Swine. Decades later, while police were desperately hunting for missing schoolboy Zachary Ramsey, who had vanished on his way to class, several neighbors attended one of Bar Jonah's cookouts. When one woman complained the meat was, quote-unquote, repulsive, he told her he had hunted, killed, butchered, and wrapped it himself. He was later suspected of having abused her child and cannibalized the remains. Bar Jonah was working part-time at a kitchen at Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana when Ramsey went missing. Some speculated that he was cooking some of the child's remains and feeding them to his co-workers to get rid of evidence. A roommate said Ramsey was not found because he had been chopped up and scattered in different locations. FBI agents recovered notebooks in which Bar Jonah described torturing children and eating them. Bar Jonah was sentenced to 130 years behind bars without parole for kidnapping, aggravated assault, and sexual assault of several children. He died in 2008 in prison.
I hope it was an awful, painful death.
Well, I can't attest to that. Yeah, it would certainly be well deserved.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Can you imagine being at one of those parties and then finding that out after?
Yeah, you get like retroactive, like indigestion.
Oh, God. Like, okay, how do you go from like scab eating to children? That's a big jump.
I certainly don't know. I have never eaten any of my scabs.
No.
I've never sucked my own blood. I think though, like where I've been cut and I don't have anything like to wipe it, I have licked like the blood off my finger or whatever.
Of course, yeah, we've all done that.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly wasn't ritualistic or any way. And I, didn't pray to the stars but yeah, like what? What has to go wrong?
I don't know. Like, they say everything stems back to your childhood on some level. Like, you just wish you could go back and see. Well, like, where does that even come from? Like, where does that thought even come from?
People always say things like, do you believe in nature or nurture? And the obvious answer is it's both.
Yeah.
Right? It's not one or the other.
Right.
There's people who endure horrific abuse as children and never go on to abuse another.
Right.
Conversely, there's people who are never abused and do so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's very true.
But there are patterns. There are similarities usually.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I would wager that the most horrific abusers out there, the majority of them have suffered not only some sort of abuse, but have also some sort of mental illness that maybe predisposes them to that behavior if they grew up with it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it's a whole set of variables.
Yes.
But Jesus. And giving them names. French fried boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll have the chicken, thanks.
Oh.
I'm a vegetarian.
Who says, ooh, that sounds great. Let's have that.
Yeah. Any more cocktail weenies? Gross. Gross.
Oh, no.
I don't even really like them, like, normal cocktail weenies.
No, I don't either.
No, they're kind of gross.
No.
Yeah, so that's,
Wow.
And I think we've talked about it before. Like, I'm not against cannibalism in the case of survival and someone dies, not like of whatever ailment is going on, whatever situation. Like, you don't get to kill them and eat them.
Right.
But if they pass away and you've got no other food, I got no problem with that. Zero.
Sure.
That's different. But no, this guy's, he's dead, mercifully.
Well, that's good.
It is good. Damn him and his stupid barbecues.
And then you wonder, like, how long was it going on for, right? Because that wasn't his first time.
No, he said he started in the 70s.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that at the cannibalistic conclusion.
Yeah.
You got something for us?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah? Okay, let's do something a little bit lighter.
Well, how could it not be?
A woman with cold feet makes a false 911 call to avoid a date.
So she didn't literally have cold feet?
No.
Like she had shoes?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. You never know these days.
No, it's true. Yeah. Carry
on. A man showed up at an Iowa home of a woman he met on a dating app. But when he got there, he was detained by police after she got cold feet and called 911, making false accusations, including that he was a domestic abuser and she was pregnant with his baby.
Whoa.
To get out of going out with him.
So this guy showed up at her place for an arranged date that she had agreed to.
Yeah.
And the cops were there and busted him.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think we've all been in situations where we don't want to go out with someone, but not to that level.
No, I've never. No, carry on, please.
No. Okay. The case came to light in June 16th. On June 16th, which wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
when Sumaya Thomas, she called the police saying her abusive ex-boyfriend was outside her home. According to a complaint and affidavit obtained by Law and Crime, he was sending her threatening texts saying he was going to hit, punch, kick, and stab her.
So her ex-boyfriend was actually doing that? Or is that just what she said?
No, that's what she was calling this guy.
Okay.
Like, she was claiming that he was her ex-boyfriend.
Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She also said that she's known the man for 2 years and he wouldn't leave her alone, and she was pregnant with his baby.
Whoa.
She reported him threatening to cause harm to her, according to the courts. The police responded to the home in North Liberty, just north of Iowa City. They found the man in question as he was leaving. He told the police he had started speaking with her a week earlier on a dating app before they began texting, and he verified the information by showing police the text messages. The conversation showed he was being honest and he really did just want to meet the female. The investigators spoke to Thomas, this Sumaya.
Yeah.
After repeated questioning, she finally admitted to making up the false reports because she got cold feet. She told investigators she didn't think the police would help otherwise and made up a story in a 911 call. I want to hear this 911
Didn't
call.
help what?
I don't know.
What, help her get out of the date?
Yeah,
to say,
apparently.
Hey, buddy, I don't want to go. What the Okay.
She said the police wouldn't have done anything if she had just called normally.
Well, no, granted. Help, I burned my mac and cheese. Can you send help?
Yeah, right?
Christ.
Yeah. The police noted that the unidentified man had been detained for over an hour due to the false accusations she made. Thomas was booked and later released from the Johnson County Jail on 2 misdemeanors, false reporting charges.
Sorry, she was charged with 2 misdemeanors?
Yeah, 2 misdemeanor false
Are you
reporting charges.
kidding?
Yeah.
I would have ordered a psych workup on her.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
crazy.
Like, and she should have been charged for, false 911 call. They should have thrown, I'm
Yeah.
not saying she deserves to go to jail.
But don't they do that, though, if you make a false 911 call
Yeah.
or if it's something stupid?
You can
they'll-
be charged, sure.
You can be,
They
yeah,
usually don't. It's like, how many assholes when what do you call it, the Amber Alerts, when they come out like in the middle of the night, people call 911
yes, I've heard of this.
to say
So
like,
stupid.
why are you calling me? Like,
If it was
seriously?
your kid or someone that you were related to, you would be thinking a whole lot different.
Well, you don't even have to like it, but what would possess your feeble lizard brain to call 911 about it?
Yeah.
So, but this woman, yeah, she's got serious issues.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to be a moron. Like, I'm pregnant with this child. Okay, well, let's do a paternity test.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so easy to punch holes in her pathetic story.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, what a I'd file a civil suit if I was
Yeah.
her. Just to mess with her.
Like, what happened to text to say, hey, I changed my mind?
Yeah, or just, ghost him if you're
Ghost
that much
him.
of a coward.
Yeah.
She's obviously a coward.
Well, obviously.
But she's
But,
a
like, why
psychopath.
give him her address and all that other stuff if at last minute she's like, no, never mind.
Right.
So I'm going to call 911 on you.
And make up, and not just lies, horrible lies.
Horrible lies. Yeah.
Like if somebody said that about me, man, not only would I be pissed off, I'd be like, well, I don't want to say hurt, but I'd be like, how dare somebody say those things about me?
Yeah.
You know
I
what
know.
I mean? Mm-hmm. Wow. I don't like her. No, I don't like her at all.
Okay.
What's
we won't
her
have
name?
her on the show.
Sumara? Isn't that the chick from The Ring?
Sumaya.
Well, that still sounds like the chick from The Ring. Did you ever
is
see
that?
The Ring?
Oh, yeah. The Ring. Yes. Dude, that was such a good movie.
It still scares me, even though it's really stupid in concept.
Yeah.
100%
good.
stupid. Oh, yeah. But it has some terrifying imagery. Ugh. I don't want to think about it. It'll scare me. Well, I have something.
Do you?
Yeah, if I may. Yeah, so I have a story here.
Okay.
I was going to say it's lighter. It sort of is. It's serious, but it doesn't need that warning sound again. Too bad, because I love that sound. But this is life-altering.
Okay.
Okay, so a man in, what is this place called? Uttar Pradesh, which is in India, He had his genitals removed and a sex change surgery done while he was sleeping. And against his consent.
What?
So, this was orchestrated by another man in collusion with doctors from a local medical college.
Collusion.
For 20-year-old Mujahid, life took a drastic turn when he was deceived into undergoing gender reassignment surgery.
Oh my God.
This was orchestrated by another man, like I said, in collusion with doctors from the local medical college. The incident took place, at Bagrajpur Medical College. Mujahid, who is 20 years old and a resident of a local village, alleged that he was deceived by Prakash on June 3rd. Prakash allegedly convinced the doctors at the medical college to perform surgery on Mujahid, which involved the removal of his genitals and a forced gender change. Mujahid claims that Prakash had been threatening and harassing him for the past 2 years. Mujahid was falsely told that he had a medical issue requiring hospital inspection. Accompanied by Prakash, he visited the facility where the hospital staff allegedly administered anesthesia and performed the sex change operation. He brought me here, and the next morning I had an operation. When I regained consciousness, I was told that I had been changed from a boy to a girl.
Oh no.
Indians, they don't have the Me Too really
Oh
hasn't reached
no,
their
no.
boy to a girl. Prakash allegedly told him that he would now have to live with him, adding that no one from his family or community would accept him anymore. Prakash also threatened to shoot Mujahid's father and seize his share of the family land. He said, "I changed you from a man to a woman, and now you have to live with me. I have prepared a lawyer and prepared a court marriage for you. Now I will shoot your father, and the land of your share will be named after me, and then I will sell it and go to Lucknow." Not Lucknow,
I was just
Ontario.
gonna say it's coming here, eh?
It's an okay little town, but wouldn't be anyone's goal, I don't think.
That's where my husband was born.
In
Or
Lucknow?
from.
In response to the incident, BKU workers, led by farmer leader Shyam Powell, staged a protest at the medical college, demanding immediate action against Prakash and the involved doctors. The police have assured the demonstrators that a thorough investigation would be conducted. According to Shyam Powell, he's the leader of this unit, this incident points to a larger issue of organ trafficking in the hospital. He claimed that there is a racket operating within the hospital that targets individuals for organ harvesting and gender reassignment without consent. Why would you make money off that?
I have no idea.
It is very unfortunate. We want this illegal business of selling body parts to be stopped immediately. All those involved, including the hospital management and those who facilitated the crime, should be held accountable and punished, he said. Couldn't agree more. Mr. Powell said that Mujahid's father had filed a police complaint on June 16th. Yeah, it's the same day as your story.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Which led to Prakash's arrest. However, Mr. Powell criticized the police for their lax attitude and called for stricter action. He also demanded compensation of at least 20 million rupees, which I did convert is $329,000 Canadian, for Mujahid, whose life has been severely affected by the traumatic incident. I would say. All the allegations made by the family and the protesters will be thoroughly investigated, and appropriate legal actions will be taken against those found guilty, senior police officer said. I would hope so. Mm-hmm. Besides arresting Prakash, the police are also investigating hospital staff involved in the case. I should bloody well hope so.
Yeah.
Like whatever the licensing thing is in for India for doctors and whatever, yoink.
Gosh.
Yeah, you're now in charge of brushing the ox. That's your new job. You're not a doctor anymore.
Oh
Like, what the
my goodness.
So this Prakash, or whatever his handle is, so he did this so that this guy, now identifiable as a woman, will live with him.
Right. Because that will change your whole outlook on who you're sexually attracted to.
Well, not only that, like, I don't get it. So you love this guy, you want him to live with you, but you want him to be woman
Yeah.
because you're somehow heterosexual, which obviously you're not.
Right.
And you want it to all be by duress. Like, this buddy should be locked up forever.
Yeah, you should.
You're
be.
done. You're not coming
Yeah.
out.
So
You know?
was he trying to do it to save face? Because where it's like, being homosexual in that part of the world is frowned upon. So he's like, if I make him look like a woman,
That's a good call.
then maybe it'll be okay.
But how would you ever hope to
But-
get away with it?
I don't know.
Like, if I was the victim of such a procedure, 329,000. That's the amount I'm only gonna pay for the hitman to have you execute.
Yeah.
For doing it.
Yeah,
to me,
exactly.
right? That ain't making up for shit. I've
you
never wanted to be a
imagine?
woman because I'm not so inclined.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. Right.
If you want to be, I don't care. But this guy didn't want to be.
No, he did not.
That's a pretty egregious assault, man.
God, can you imagine?
No, not even a little. And waking up
And waking up.
and going, I gotta pee.
Where'd it go?
How do I do this? What?
How do they do that after? What do they do?
What you mean? What do you mean?
Maybe I don't want to know.
Well,
Like,
you'd be
what do they do?
catheterized. You get a catheter,
Okay.
I would hope so. Although friggin' India, where they do gender reassignment surgery without consent. Who knows what they do? I don't want to know. I don't think.
And organ donation. So, like, they donate the...
Well, that's a thing. We've all heard the wives' tale about, or presumably about, I shouldn't say wives' tale, but the urban legend about, somebody waking up in a hotel in a bathtub packed with ice and their kidneys missing.
Yes.
It's never happened.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah.
It has never, ever, ever happened. But, you can give up, 75% of your liver and it will regenerate. Like, it's not like, oh, okay, good, my liver's back.
Right.
It's going to take a while, and you're going to be down and out and shitty for a while. But it can happen.
Right.
And you can get a lot of money. Like, not by our measure, really, but maybe $60,000 or $70,000, which in some countries that puts you on top.
Absolutely.
Still, but it's illegal.
Yeah.
You can't really consent to be assaulted like that.
No.
Because
no.
what's wrong with you? But
Yeah.
in these countries,
Yeah.
you can easily find it's quite corrupted,
Apparently.
Corruption's very high. So.
Apparently. They don't have donor cards, I'm assuming.
I don't know. By the way, though, here's opinion time.
Okay.
Rod's opinion time.
Yeah, go for it.
The default position should be that you donate organs. You should have to carry a card saying you
I
don't
know.
want to.
I know.
And if you
Agreed.
don't want to, you can't receive them. That
Got
would
it.
be my position.
Yeah.
Only those who agree to
100%.
give can get.
Give and receive.
100%. Yeah. So,
My speaking of donation,
Yeah.
my ex-boyfriend, he when you had to have the cards, now it's all online, right?
yeah.
We were filling it out one time and he filled it all out except for eyes and skin. And I found that so peculiar.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I don't know, there's just something about the thought of somebody else having my eyes and skin. I'm like, but you're dead.
Yeah.
You're
right.
not gonna appear in their body and see what they're seeing.
Yeah, you're
Doesn't
not going
work
to see
that
them
way.
passing on the street and say, hey, asshole, give me my skin back.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I just found it peculiar. Anyway,
That is peculiar.
I just thought of that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
right.
man, take what you need and kick me out
Yeah.
to sea. I don't care what you do
I
with
don't
me.
either. Put me in a shoebox
Yeah,
for all I care.
I don't care.
No.
No.
It's like I
Grind me up and use me for cat litter. I don't care.
Wow. Well, I do have one wish.
What?
I would actually like my remains scattered over Disneyland. I don't want to be cremated
Why? Oh,
because I hate Disneyland. I've never been to Disneyland.
I've never been either.
Excuse me. But I've never had any interest in going.
No, same. I went to Universal Studios many, many years ago.
Is
That
in
was
Florida?
fun. Yeah.
I have a friend. She goes
That's
to
fun.
Disneyland. She's nice. I quite like her. But she goes 3 or 4 times a year.
What?
I'm not kidding.
Okay,
dude.
first question. How do you afford that?
Well, that's a good question.
Because it's not
Maybe
cheap.
it isn't that much, but it's at least twice a year.
Like by herself, or does she have
No,
like a
no.
family?
She
And
goes with her husband and her parents.
jeez.
Yeah. I've never really wanted to go anywhere except bed. that much.
Except bed.
Yeah, I love bed.
Have you
Kidding
been
me?
anywhere tropical?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's
I know you've lived like a lot of different places, but have
it's
you
too
been like?
hot.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
I don't like when it's too hot. It's my
that's true.
Viking genes. It is.
Your Viking genes.
Yeah, because I did Ancestry a couple years ago, and part of me is
Well,
Viking.
they got all your DNA. You're doomed
Mess you
now.
up. I guess that's
So,
it for this episode, eh?
That's all we got for today.
It's a good one, though.
Yeah, it was a
I
goodie.
think. I hope
Well,
people like it.
I mean, I like it.
I like it, too.
On that note,
Yeah.
if you like us, assuming you do, because we're great,
I hope you do.
why don't you follow us on Facebook if you're not, at The Absurd. Look for the picture of the woman with the paper bag over her head. That is not me. Also on Instagram at _absurd_podcast. If you'd like to contact us with any of your own absurd stories, we would love to hear them. You can DM us at any of our social platforms or email us at absurdthepodcast@gmail.com. And we're on all major streaming services, pretty much all of them.
Spotify.
Spotify, YouTube, Apple,
Amazon.
iTunes, that's Apple. Huh?
Amazon Music.
iHeartRadio,
Deezer,
Deezer.
which I still don't know
Yeah,
really
I
what
don't
it is,
really
but I
know.
love the name.
Deezer.
100% I
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
cool, eh?
It is cool.
But yeah, you can pretty much find us anywhere, and if you go on all of our socials, you'll see all the links are there
Yeah.
to help you.
Anyway, we would very much appreciate if you followed us. We'd also really appreciate if you gave us a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening. It's not just an ego thing, although there is a bit of that, but it also
Rod,
helps us
never.
come up in the search results.
Yeah.
So we would genuinely appreciate
And
if you could do that.
subscribe. Then you'll get
Subscribe.
alerted when there's new episodes and
Yes.
all that fun stuff.
And on that note, we release a new episode every Wednesday.
Yes.
And now and again, we also release bonus episodes when we're, feeling really spry. I
Spry.
like that word. Eh? So, yeah, anything else, Mel?
That's it.
All right. Well, it's good to see you all.
Yes.
Good to see you, Mel.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right. So we will be back again. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.